You don't have to be a Dragonlance fan to really, I think, appreciate the sheer power and evil of Lord Soth. The character Lord Soth, the iconic Death Knight from the Dragonlance sagas, I really feel stands as one of the most compelling and enduring villains in Dungeons & Dragons. I think he is to D&D what Darth Vader was to Star Wars, in fact. Soth's tragic past and his formidable power can make him an impressive and unforgettable big bad evil guy, or BBEG in any adventure. In fact, Game Rant agrees with me, guys. Lord Soth was number 10 on Game Rant's 2020 10 must-have NPCs in Dungeons & Dragons lore to make your campaign awesome list. The article states, and I quote here, "As an NPC, Lord Soth can prove to be impressive against any adventuring party. Lord Soth not only has a skeletal army serving him, he can simply point at a living thing and kill them by uttering the word die." Wow, that's impressive. But you know what? In my opinion, I think his 5e stat block in the Dragonlance Shadow of the Dragon Queen campaign setting is just a tad bit underwhelming. And in this video, I'm going to share with you my simple fix to that stat block to make him what he was in the books, and explain why you should incorporate him in your next campaign as a BBEG today on Fat Dragon Adventure. Fat Dragon Adventure is your go-to for all things Dungeons & Dragons and other tabletop role-playing games. Want to dive deeper? Subscribe now and consider joining our Patreon page to become a Dragon Rider. The classic RPG setting Dragonlance for 5th edition came out sometime in December of 2022 with this book here, the Dragonlance Shadow of the Dragon Queen campaign setting. However, the Dragonlance setting has been around for nearly 40 years now when TSR first published it. It was inspired by Margaret Weis and Tracy Hickman, in fact, the authors of the Dragonlance novels. So Lord Soth's tale is one of tragedy and redemption lost. That's how I like to think about it. Once a noble knight of Solamnia, he was a beacon of virtue, yet his pride kind of led him astray. He was tasked by the gods to avert a cataclysm, and Soth failed at that task, and this led to the devastation of his world. Though he perished in the cataclysm, he then rose as an undead horror. Now, summoned from his cursed castle by an evil goddess, Soth's evil returns to haunt his world. I feel that his transformation from a noble knight to a terrifying undead creature is a powerful narrative, and that it's really going to kind of resonate with your players. His complexity, I think, allows for a more nuanced villain, one that the players might even find themselves kind of sympathizing with, even as they oppose his evil deeds. To get a real feel for what Lord Soth is, this is one of the most legendary quotes from Dragonlance novels, and I quote, "I can kill with a single word. I can hurl a ball of fire in the midst of my enemies. I rule a squadron of skeleton warriors who can destroy with a touch alone. I can raise a wall of ice to protect those I serve. The invisible is discernible to my eyes. Ordinary magic spells crumble in my presence." That is really a powerful statement. So even if you don't want to use Soth per se as himself in the Dragonlance setting, you can always reskin him and use him as a powerful Death Knight in your own campaign settings. As a Death Knight, Soth is an imposing challenge rating 19 opponent, both physically and magically. His undead army makes him a terrifying threat, and his power and resilience can provide players with a truly challenging and memorable encounters for sure. If you take a look at his stat block, Soth comes with legendary resistance, magic resistance, martial undead, and unusual nature. And the only thing that I would add to his abilities without affecting that challenge rating is an aura of fear. After all, in my opinion, Soth really isn't Soth unless he's projecting some really nasty vibes. And this is why I think he's the Darth Vader of D&D. So again, what I really like about Lord Soth is he offers a compelling and multifaceted villain that can provide memorable and challenging experiences for your players. I really like his tragic past, his formidable power, and the personal connections that make him a timeless and iconic BBEG for any D&D campaign. If you guys enjoyed this video and you can support the channel by becoming a Dragon Rider, then please visit our Patreon page. The link is down in the doobly-doo for you. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you never miss our next episode. Until then, ride that fat dragon, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on Fat Dragon Adventure.